And
and if what would be the
Mabel, you go mute you. Mabel, mute you mic, please.
So in a certain threshold,
Mabel, mute your mic, please.
if the thing says like more than 100,000.
Okay. So in that regard, what they look out for in the first place, Mabel. Make somebody call Mabel. We are making mute your mic. Then they get a distinction between observers and monitors. But now we want get a pathway where you be an observer or a monitor. Now for look inside how the thing they be and explain to the people them, say, hey, this way they be so, we call to attention. A, B, C, and D. Now so we go do more on so we've been expect to on so they inside the law, on so they inside the regulations, how we forget the thing go before. But we don't see things don't they move or you know they move so. Like for now, we dey say we dey expect voter registration for take place in 2026. But we not see timeline. How this voter registration they take place? Waiting na the voter strategy and voter registration strategy. Also, we dey pull this voting data because make we saloon people they still get at the back of their mind say the NCRA data where we get for use as sabi don dey na papers na NCRA we dey go take data for we voter register. Is it that credible? Waiting there inside there, we still get duplications. And the last term where we been do where the ECSL been do voter registration, they may say beaucoup demand inside the register, so they want to remove the demand from the NCRA register for able to forget the voter register. Some people been feel say they may disenfranchise them because the ECSL been bring some scheme where you tell like say, oh, that's not there for can verify you not demand. So all of them thing and they would expect the observers and for begin pick up the observers, civil society people for begin pick up upon them processes then they. If you say voter registration, they come. Waiting now the voter strategy. The last time we be already hue and cry about 2,000 laptops for go all over the country. Waiting happy, then 2,000 laptops then they still there around. How not get for do them? And from the voter registration, make we take to the next step. Any electoral cycle, we get what we call a timeline, electoral timeline of events. Election for take place in 2028. And this electoral cycle now 2024 to 2029. 2025 already done. Waiting we watch as then they do. Waiting we watch as they say. International community, yes, the ECSL, the last time we say, no, they will run their own election for themselves. But when they will run on our elections for themselves, at the same time, when they call on the international community for can look, for can implement reforms. So how international community go implement reforms way una say no, una able do them for una self. So in a nutshell, the ECSL get for allow elections observers, elections monitors, international community for can help we again na salon for can run with elections because 2023 elections we all know say and not been get integrity, results not there, and it will be get limited observations. Some areas been there na the country where we not been get some political party representation. We all see what be happen. So going forward, we don't say this program now a start of what we get for continue for the engage with people them for educate with people them on the electoral processes. We na guardian of free speech go they come from time to time for they can talk to we Fambul them. Having said that, we they throw the challenge So the one way we dey look up to as electoral monitors, as electoral observers, for make sure say 2028 coming, we get increased transparency, we get improved credibility, because wetin we wan see na credibility, and then we get for reduce the number of electoral disputes, the gumble. So with that, we go know say Salone go be governed by a responsible government, where we go avoid the situation, the Kush situation, the armed robbery, and so many other negative things where they happen. And as say we dey go to announcement of results, people dem go be involved. Now that involvement, the way people not be get in 2023, make the boku gum, let's say the thing not being credible. So Fanta, I want to tell you thank you for the time we una don't give me for this brief introduction.
Okay, thank you very much. Politician, even when they out and column before they follow the election, then they go like a one-sided. Independently, you understand? Because even when you go to like a party office or you go now outside, this party, so they when they listen, then we learn for the how should I say, follow up and monitor the election independently. We all and na Salone we for puts before.
All right, Mr. Alston, you make mention of certain key things that were very, very important for notes. One of which you talk about security. Number two, you talk about the fact that we expect the ECSL for don't grow in terms of the standards, citing the fact that before now we had a standard we everybody respect and we internationally acclaim, get international accreditation. And you also cite the fact that we get with expectations and we expect all of these things for don't go to the next level, in which Sierra Leoneans then for able to get confidence, strong confidence in the electoral process in the country. But having said that, we go wait for the other speakers then for Campbell, and then we go delve into this thing because I actually like this topic. So at this time, I want to call on James Lahai. James Lahai, when an elections monitor. Mr. Lahai, an elections monitor. Reverend James Lahai. Sorry, man of God. Na an elections monitor. We can talk to we more about readiness for the 2028 elections, and he could tell we waiting they in place or waiting not they in place, or how they think to say the elections for be monitored for ensure say we meet professional standards. Reverend James Lahai, over to you, sir.
Reverend Lahai, they na some it is some kind of transit right now. So in that vein, we will ask the other speaker. I don't know if we will ask.
Yes, yeah, okay. Well, let's just go back to Maksud.
Yeah.
We'll get to your man Maksud. We never fail. He always there around. Maksud. Maksud, you up? Maksud, please unmute.
Okay, now they get me now?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, all. I'm glad for the answer again. They consider the Speak Up movement as my own pala, and I'm grateful for get the opportunity for you to come back and can talk today on this important topic. We now about the watchers that we need. I want to start off by saying, what do we mean by watchers? Who are the watchers then? They can get other name, whistleblower. We can get other name, they call a watchman. Some people then they call them elections observers. Some people then they call them monitors. Something where they pass through all them what they are. Now the fact that the people that were involved by this particular work here, by this particular job, the thing we get in common now integrity. In other words, then they come together for ensure say the elections get integrity. Now then are the watchman them, they can call them now then are the watchdog. And waiting really now them function. What did they do this wire? We'll find out for say the elections observer in duty now for watch. And when he watch, what did they do? It ensure say the elections they go the way it's supposed to go. The poll watcher self and the same thing they do. They try to ensure say the people then where they go vote, their rights they're able to get them, and the process they go on and on. They go exactly the way it's supposed to be. The situation we get in Sierra Leone now, if I for make we touch and small before we delve into this wire. So the topic where they talk about observation and monitoring, it gets something to do with other activities them. I thought we don't begin to tell we say why this time around we feel so for emphasize on election observation now because of the few things them we be don't happen na the last elections. Make I just give you a brief of where we did now in Sierra Leone. Recently, we done the talk about the tripartite recommendation 78, where they talk about the proportional representation or the first past the post. We also they get conflicting status update on the implementation of the recommendation there. Then we worry also about the the stance of election management bodies in Sierra Leone and other organizations that were affiliated with the government on their stance with regards to proportional representation. We also don't see a new twist na Sierra Leone pan this PR where we all face now in the country they go towards. And this new twist now the fact say there is this suggestion that we will get coalition government and any party we win, it will pick 30% of not only the cabinet and the members of parliament, but the cabinet itself will get 30% of the other opposition. I be like follow refer to them thing then they because all get for do with elections. Okay. We also want to refer to the fact that amendments would also lead to a system of government in which the winning, like I just say, party in a proportional representation system would be required to accept 30% representation. And this I be just don't talk pan Creole. I be just want for maybe we put that one in our mind when we talk about elections monitoring or elections observation. The key thing about election observation now the fact that without election observation, it will be difficult for me to run a free and fair election. Or if they run a free and fair election, it will be difficult for me to know whether the election is free and fair. Because when election observation starts, now certain parts of the world, they be really employ them people and they for make them go make sure say they blacks them. Hoping this not be which man country say where they don't give the black man their rights for make them go vote because there was a time where black man not be get rights for vote. Now some parts of them in the world. But once they give them the opportunity for make them go vote, skirmishes every day. Some side they say, no, go vote now. No, go vote now. So then bring on this concept of elections observation for make they ensure say the black people then get the right to go vote. And the election go the way it wants. And the election, it reflects the will of the people. And therefore, the function of elections observation now in that one day for make sure say una watch the way where the process they go. Una duty not to for trust anybody. Una duty not for ensure say you have the rules, you have the regulations, and where you go follow, you know the processes. The elections observer or the elections observation, if foresee the electoral management body or the electoral management body foresee himself like a midwife. I get now what I call the allegory of elections. A small story where they talk say the election management body and in this situation here now the electoral commission for Sierra Leone now like person where the granny woman we get belly for make that woman they born. The duty of the elections commission now for make a granny let this speaker come out the deliver safe and well. The duty of the electoral commission not to for determine that pikin when they born whether a man or whether a woman. That is why we say the elections observer in your duty now for make sure say you sit on the unanimous, you they observe how the granny this speaker. Don't go strangle him at birth. This speaker don't go take care of him. It's very, very important. Another thing also what important for make we get in mind, the elections observer forget integrity. When you get to the integrity, you go able to foresee the elections management body and in duty as a sacred work. In other words, every EMB, the ECSL, if for view in self in what way they do as a sacred duty. And right now, I say the delivery of elections results in their real, authentic, and unadulterated form is a sacred duty. Everybody for take them religiously. Just like when a sacred duty for make somebody deliver pikin without try for strangle them at birth. Also, we for come to the realization that the function of the Electoral Commission also now a civic duty, now a duty of patriots. Everybody now the ECSL forgets the right and forget the duty and forget the conscience. Say, waiting we do so, now we Sierra Leone flag with the raise. We know for conduct an election, we go bring calm Nambara for we now we country. We also know for say, for make we get and we perform with duty as elections officers or as an elections office, we for review with duty as a moral duty. This moral duty they stem from we own conscience. Waiting at we conscience at the fact say when we don't perform election, we for able for satisfy ourselves. We for able for satisfy ourselves and talk say we don't do something for when are the good thing for this country also. And anybody when are a member of the Electoral Commission, for feel bad if you conduct elections and people there is a trouble like how we have right now. So this brings me to the aspect of monitoring and your experience with monitoring. Although monitoring and observation will appear for they do the same thing, my experience for monitoring now the fact that a monitor, an elections monitor, it differs from the elections observer in that now officials they do elections monitoring. When we been in a neck, they go na the field. We go try for ensure say the people then way they na the field, then they go according to the elections laws. Then they go according to the rules and the regulations. And if there are problems, we as officials were able to correct them problem they be there and then and in real time. That is why we are called monitors. We dey observe the elections, we dey watch what thing they do. But if something go wrong, or we see say that they do something we not correct, we for able for monitor. We for able for monitor that election day and correct them in real time. Observation, on the other hand, indifferent, small, in that the people the way they go for go observe, then they go for go watch. Then an independent body, we're not a member of the electoral, not to members of the Electoral Commission. And where then go, now for go notice if the elections, they go the way it's supposed to go. If the people then, the Electoral Commission, people then they do, and then they keep up the rights of the citizens. In 2023, me organization, Center for Electoral and Civic Education, been go around for go observe the registration. And it was difficult, it was difficult. And I sure say other observers them, they see the problems, And we duty as observers, at that time, me not to be Electoral Commissioner again, me not be observer. Now before come back, write me report, and send out to the Electoral Commission for make the Electoral Commissions watch waiting and waiting and waiting is supposed for do in another election. But then thing there, waiting and notice by observation, you cannot observe what you don't know. It's important. Waiting right now, you say you cannot observe what you don't know. You not go able to observe anything if you know that in the first place, if you're able for work. And if you observe that one day, you for know, for example, the legal framework. You for know the processes. And if you don't know the processes, now against which you be able for match which you don't observe. That is why observers are trained before they go na the field. But unfortunately, the training not can be enough. The training not can be enough. One special group of observers they were about for talk was that the stakeholders them when are politicians. The politicians then self now stakeholders per elections. In fact, now one of the main stakeholders them per elections. And they're also for able for train people and for go observe elections. And that is why they have their party agents. But if the party agents they don't know what they go expect, they don't know their rights. They don't know, for example, waiting now a valid marking of a ballot paper from waiting now invalid marking. In other words, if they don't know how somebody go mark ballot paper correctly and how somebody not go write ballot paper, you go now the polling center, you see an agent, something they go wrong, you not even know say the thing they go wrong because you're not properly educated. And it goes up to even with politicians. 1 year before just want to give this small story. 1 year before this proportional representation they introduce them, I don't observe. I meet one politician, I tell him for say we are going towards proportional representation of Sierra Leone. And this now big politician, he did not even say it is not true. He said a lie. Actually, a lie. We need to go for proportional representation. How you do know? I said the only things then they go. I said, I know. Man, I mean elections expert, I know. And he said, in order to the constitution. I said, in order to the constitution. He said, no, in order to the constitution. This is not a politician, a renowned politician. He said, in order to the constitution. He went as far as for pull the constitution and tell me, say, where you get an IRA right, say, proportional representation, they na the constitution. I tell him, say, it is section 38. You open section 38, you look at you know, see him. He says, show me whose parts. Now section 38. Because this is not section 38, there's nothing there. I say, you're not going at the text because section 38A now an amendment to the constitution, but still not part of the constitution. It took a long time for make the person understand, and that's I not been get the amendment. So he say, as far as things concerned, he not did it. Until the term where the thing camp now, they begin see the steps then way the authorities then they take towards proportional representation. When we meet again, he tell me for say, anyway, not a problem. This proportional representation no go right because the one they want for introduce this bill here no go get enough of votes. They don't get enough votes. I tell them for say no, they will have enough votes. So there was an argument. What happened? Why they talk so? Now why we as observers will be educated, including the politicians. The bill was introduced in the form of the Public Elections Act 2022. They introduced in a parliament, and there was this all arguments. The opposition party was arguing, saying therefore pull certain references to proportional representation, now the Public Elections Act. So after long debate, long argument, people were so vexed that I think say the government decided, so well, we pull then reference, whether an NIN number, anything we go refer to proportional, no, we pull them. But waiting people do not know, say they include them na the schedule. Proportional representation, they include them na the schedule. People thought we don't pull this here. I remember if you now go on the internet, you go see some leaders of political parties and they talk say we don't done away with the proportional representation. It's no longer there. Not knowing that, then find another language, then put on the schedule, one of the last pages them of the Public Elections Act, and that was how the Proportional Representation Act they've been passing. So what my emphasis now is if we do not learn, will not know the processes of elections, it will be very, very difficult for we able for observe. Now make I just count on few things ways the way they're able for stifle elections monitoring and how then they do them na Sierra Leone. We don't see that one day. And I put under the topic how to thwart observer efforts. That is one, silencing the whistleblower. One way for win elections in this country are the one way the whistle blow, the one way they ally, the one way they talk now for silencer. In the case of elections, observers, the whistleblowers and duty now for alert the people them if anything they go wrong. And sometimes journalists then they do them, civil society organizations then they do them, organizations such as the National Elections Watch, then they do them. There not be ever they sit down. In fact, the National Elections Watch be done metamorphose to a level where they're not only they wait for elections day, then they follow up the elections throughout the electoral cycle. And when I talk about electoral cycle, I mean from the day when the last election done, the other electoral cycle they begin. They monitor the boundary delimitation, they monitor the registration, they monitor the recruitment of people them, they monitor the nomination, they monitor everything on the elections, and the National Elections Work may always they do that one day. But if a government, let's say, one for above per elections, the first people they would target are the observers. What thing they go do them? They can demoralize them. How you go demoralize them? And that has started happening. Now, you not go collaborate with them. You can embarrass observers or observer organization them. We don't notice of late where we get officials of the Electoral Commission go now one elections, PC elections. Then the official go out and talk, say, any member from this particular civil society organization there, then say, yes, and I mean this. He say, please leave this place. It's a prominent organization. When you do that to the observer, an observer organization, you don't begin to do before 2028 come, before any other elections come. Waiting will happen during when big elections come. Another way where you go make you go disturb a monitor. Another way you go disturb a monitor now by denying that person the right information. In some time in the past, we don't see groups then they go, political leaders then they go ask for information from the election management body, and they are denied that elections. I still remember somebody called me, they tell me, say, commissioners, say, how we go able for know the people them we neck don't get a staff You see, because we want to check the demographics. We want to check how who are they under, and waiting at the tribal, the ethnic audit of electoral commission. I say, why? Well, when I go ask the people there, and say, no, we're not able to get that information then. Out of my experience, I tell them for say, well, now, when I wait at the end of the year, don't go able to go now, when I go able to follow that one day from the annual report. Unfortunately, that year since that year they not ever print the names of staff of NEC. So if you want for pull the job, the work of an observer, now for just deny him the right information, and that person is not able to do the work. For encourage rival organizations, we all don't see the new tactics now in Sierra Leone. Now for make they encourage organizations the way they sing the tune where they want. We don't see big organizations in this country here now. Now then go sign contract with the Electoral Commission. Now then go sign a memorandum of understanding with EMBs, not necessarily the ECSL, but other EMBs, because you have the PPRC, you get other related organizations there. When you get a society where you they encourage one organization as against the other one, now a way for discourage monitoring. Another way for discourage monitoring of an election is now by withholding funds. Sometime in the last elections, there was money available for electoral, for civic education. Civic education. Excuse me. For civic education, that money was denied to a certain organization. They may not want to go into details for that one day. I want to end up by saying, at the envision, say by 2028, there would be an attempt for able to buy. Yes. There will be an instance of division among civil society organizations because people they want for make them implode, them fit inside it, so that they not go get enough voice or make them able for voice out in case they see anything. And one way for strengthening we election observation now by giving support. I want to end up now by saying, if we want to forget a real democracy, we should have respect for our monitors, our observers, and all the whistleblowers. I'm for telling that. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maksud. Thank you very, very much for me. I think this is deep, and I was just saying to Sawaid whilst you did talk, I really glad about the way you did carefully bring out the issues so that people them understand from the one. Based on what you say, there are a lot of things that will also pick out of it. I pick the issue of first of all, education is a central theme to all what you say. Having whether monitors are within just ordinary organization or politicians themselves, whatever it is, they should be educated properly as to what monitoring is all about, elections monitoring is all about, and how to go about monitoring. Because if you get a whole politician we not understand, not know the different amendments that has been made to the Constitution with regards to what they do, for me that's a major error. Now a serious error, and you also get different issues them where you point out as to how monitoring or monitors have been stifled. So for me, this discussion is very, very important, because if I bring we to re-examining the 2023 elections properly, that's the first thing, make necessary comparison with other elections and see where we have fallen and take action for correct them. Because if we not go down that path, then we're not able to recover. Because when monitors are not respected, situations we point at where monitors have been driven out of the space where they're supposed for, they're not respected. You also say even officials who should understand the importance of monitors and understand the kind of bridge they are in ensuring that there is peace after elections. Because when monitors are present throughout the process, they can verify the accuracy of the process. You understand me, to the people, and that they dispel rumor. That's the end rumors. That's the make Wamas the end. That's the make people believe the system or not. But when monitors themselves begin to complain, we not see that we get the entire credibility of the entire system first. They already fail. All right. So let me come back quickly to Arthur Alston. Before I come to Arthur Alston quickly, Fanta, you get anything for say quickly?
Yeah, I say I get something for say, and something where I pick up from that discussion is the fact that most of the time, and the people them what they say na politician them, where we get like so much hope and trust in them people they are not even understand, the constitution. And whether there has been a reform or whether there has been a new bill or something. Because if you they argue somebody we understand about elections, say, oh, that not go happen because in order the salon constitution, not knowing that it did it, but because you do not understand. This for me, I think is deadly, because as a politician, if you do not understand the constitution of a country, and you don't understand the reforms them and the bills them where they pass and everything, how you want for govern the people in the country. That for me, that is worrisome. And I feel say the politician where the previous speaker, I don't forget his name, cross path with, not just
Maxine.
unique, yes, not just unique to them. Unique to them. I believe say people and where they and I also go agree with me say most of we politicians them waiting they focus more on is about dividing people. You understand? Inciting tribalism and this and everything, anything and everything we go make them win. But not in a way for govern the people them, how they go able to work for the people them. Because if you don't know your constitution at all, what thing you want for do for your people them?
That's a good one, Fanta. Because I like how you emphasize on this point, yeah. Before we go to Arthur Alston, because the issue now that the politician is not educated enough or informed enough. I'm not saying not be educated, but is not informed enough about what is in the constitution and what in the constitution make provision for. But make I tell you one of the things we observe when Max don't talk down and Arthur Alston. You see politicians then our country, we get major problem in all of this thing. And the major problem now that political parties themselves are not taking responsibility for training, educating, conscientizing, sensitizing the officials, talk less of the general populace. Because if the politician himself falls short, then I wonder what thing happened to the populace. But before I come back to you, go to Arthur Alston quickly. Arthur Alston, you get 2 minutes for coming with your thoughts on the and contribution on waiting Max don't say, and probably if you get something back where you want for say. And there I want to tell the people make them stand by. If you get your question, please go on the chat and type in your question. And also we ask that Sengbepia also they stand by. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Ato. Just few words for react to what Maxud say. The Electoral Commission over the years, as I said before, they go through reforms. They get reforms, then they modify everything that they do, so the operations go look better and the people go get confidence. One thing when they've been do was they change one nomenclature from voter education to electoral education. Electoral education now for tell we people then waiting the entire election there about not to only for go vote. So like waiting Commissioner Maxud they say so. The electoral education not only day for the people the way they go for go vote. Even the politicians there, self need electoral education. So we all na salute, we all na stakeholders. As they emphasize, why are they still emphasize on the interreligious council? Now one body that one day with the all over Salone at the same time. They're able to send messages all over Salone at the same time for help the people in a Salone for bringing out the integrity in their own self for help for explain the electoral processes. Say now this for do, not to this for do, where you go vote. And it go better for you tomorrow because we not go get, as I say, devices the way they unbog the society. People vote the right person, devoid of tribal connection, party affiliations in a way, say, now my grandpa be on this so party, so I will vote for this party. So the electoral education, according to what Maxud they say so, it go down, it begin from the first time voters. They go to the politicians the way we go vote for. So, and it will be a continuous process, not a process where we go do no more one month to election or 2 weeks to election or 1 year to elections. It's supposed for the be every year. The ECSL or the NEC bin gets one thing they call World Education Committees, World Electoral Education Committees, where the commission been set up for engage the electorate at world level on a continuous basis. But knowing the Solomon for waiting may be, money they come for do the engagement the day, well, the thing and being actually they take place. Because every word, imagine if Salon gets 400 words, every word suppose forget a word electoral education committee chairman, where the district electoral education officer for the monitor and pass on electoral messages inside that district day and within those words. So nothing where is supposed to be on an ongoing basis, and we expect this electoral cycle that it will be inclusive. People will come join the conversation. We all get for join, and we not get for left and no more now to the ECSL, the PPRC, and the governments of Sierra Leone. This not join and business. Now, same way we not for don't say ballot box. They don't care and go behind out. This no. Everybody for be involved from the start. Go.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So first of all, I just inform people that we watch on Weird. Say, do ya una can send una questions. Una just type una questions at the comment section, please. And also people that we dey online as the Zoom. And also the ask say una go na the chat and type in una question. Go help we for get this program go smoothly. Maxud.
Yes.
I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
One of the things where we see, main thing to say, I understand the difference between voter education and electoral education, because if I correct, tell me, voter education for be supposed to be limited as to how to vote, probably how to vote and why you are supposed to vote, how you for take advantage on your right to vote. Okay, wait for me. I think to say it's limited, but electoral education is a much larger process.
Yeah.
And the thing I want for points to, what I want for make you rub more span now one of the things that we after asking points towards the continuous education of electoral processes in Sierra Leone and how ordinary people for take interest param and monitor the electoral process, because the electoral process is not just about voting. It has to do with the laws as well. It has to do with the different arms or bodies that were responsible for make election happen, waiting at them function, waiting at the responsibility to waiting at your responsibility to them, how we for understand them. I really want for make you go more standard so that people really understand waiting at electoral education and how we for keep abreast.
Well, first of all, like we Brother Arthur say, the electoral education involve education of all the facets them of elections, whether na registration, whether na knowledge about even the boundaries. Not to everybody they go do boundary delimitation, but everybody will be affected by the boundaries of in district, by the boundaries of in constituency. You go surprise you for make you know say until they tell people then they go vote. They don't know who side their own constituency stop. They don't know who side it begin. You know, in 2006, we began for special papers there with the draw map, and they put the names of the streets there will belong to one constituency so that people will be aware. Now, if we won't forget electoral education for make it go down to the people there, the first people that wait for land, now the people that wait, one are the chief stakeholders them per elections, and then are the candidates then. And then the political parties, because one of the duties of a political party now for teach the people them about their civic rights, about their electoral rights, about all waiting will make them people be good citizens them. Now that is the duty of a political party. But if the political party itself need the education, but that is not bad enough if the political party need education. The worst is that the political party not even know say it need the education. That is bad. 2023, when we get so many people who are being sent away for different reasons, I don't want to go into them details then it was difficult for make you hear a politician they grab say, if then rebuna, una just note no more and can't tell me. I had to call some of the politicians them. I say, una come. You as a politician, you for no say, the law say, if then refuse somebody for register the person for ask for waiting. If for ask for a document where they prove that the document don't come on at me. I go member go able to remind me the document. But definitely you for able to fill a form for sure say they don't reject you, they call a rejection form. You fill a rejection form, and you have these politicians don't even know say the people them they elected them for ask for a rejection form. I had to go into my car, put loudspeaker, they go around again and tell the people and say please ask for rejection form. I call political parties. I say una can't train una on registration. None from the big political parties do not go. None. Other than go. UP, Claudius Cole went. Somebody from REF went. Somebody from what other political party? They went. We trained them. You understand? We'll be able to train them for make them able to know what it means for make them go on registration.
Fanta, you line the somebody in line, please. Can you mute? Can somebody mute, please? Who that's in line?
Mohamed Lamin. Una mute
Okay. Mohamed Lamin, please mute.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So Maksud, Fanta, they come to you. Wait, yeah. There is Maksud and there is Mohamed Lamin, please mute your line. There is Maksud and also
that's how they try for you.
Oh, it's Maksud and Arthur. I guess one question I want for just send quick now the group. We come out now weird. There is this person that we are winning Konotri. I'm asking this question because I just want to make we know, see, what's not the relationship between having a proper elections and having a good economy? What's not the relationship between an elections that is free, fair, and just, and a good economy? Because Konotri on where they say the ordinary people of Sierra Leone worry about the economy, not the voter elections or the electoral process. How is your voting process working for you in the West? Generations before us wasted time doing the same. Is this a waste of time? If not, is there a correlation between elections and economic growth in a country? Who wants to go between Arthur Alston and Maksud?
Let us make this comment here. If you're not interested in politics, that's fine. But the economy and the politician and they decide. It's simple. If you're not interested, that's fine. But your economy, the price in the market, and for make somebody decide whether if I put the money per school or if I put them per other thing. Now the politician they make that decision day because now the politician get the power. So he left with you.
That's
And that is the attitude we get in Sierra Leone. You understand?
Mhm.
If you want for me, then give you good, you get idea where you want for go show you. Outside the Kerango. Now parliament they make the decision. Now the president and the cabinet, and then they decide whether na agriculture or whether na football field therefore bill. So if you are not interested, you say you go do your business, fine. Then go give you tax where you not going to pay.
All right. So because the thing is, Fanta, I don't know if you get anything for say. Because the thing here is that many a times people don't understand. Say, first of all, there is a direct correlation between a good election and a prospering economy. So the very first thing now that if you don't vote in the right people, you know, we get the right knowledge for build the economy of a country. Now we go just go down the drain. If we don't know the processes, then the one that within our power, because based on all way we don't talk. So one of the where Max they talk and about this education thing, I just say that because we think kind of in mind that the educator is in need of education. Because if you look at the politician, we're supposed to be the educator, we're supposed to be the guiding in people them through a genuine and sincere cause. He himself knows nothing. And then he himself, the worker in pride and in arrogance, then call you permitted. And this thing here, so yeah, Mr. Jibrila tell you, this is not a strange thing to me. That's the way you talk about people refusing to be educated. It cuts across all the levels of the Sierra Leonean society. No matter who side you go, let's say for example, you want to do something. If you say, okay, we are calling CEOs to come so that they will understand this thing, they will not come. They will rather send an ordinary person from the office, but they not go come for can get the education themselves. If you say you are calling politicians, they will not come. If you want to come, call people from certain cadre.
Arthur, speaking of which, right? Let me
Yes.
just say no more self like now, out within a social media, right? If you write one sentence or two sentences, you get so much engagement. The moment you make an 3, 4, 5, 6 sentence go down, people in the can't tell you say, because being a person, like for example, being a person where I like write, and most of the time I write so many things, so many times, like I tell a story, and we think you get now fewer people no more go read them. And some of the other people them where they come, then go tell you say, oh, but you like write so. Or you say if you like book business, so this too much book, you know, fine. You understand what I mean? And sometimes there is a phrase where I hate, where I don't like more. They say where you want for hide something for salon people and put it inside book. Book means say something where them for understand, where them for learn and understand or read or something. You understand what I mean? Where people no one stand it. And again, this is not just unique to to just one set of people. It cuts across from the politician, say go down to the cleaner. You understand me? We don't want to. we just want, like, you know, like we like for cut corners. We like for cut corners when it comes to something. And after anything where you not getting educated, where you know, where like you're not educated about, you will not have knowledge about that thing. And when you don't have knowledge about that thing, you will not be able to execute whatever it is that responsibility that you have, or we don't put upon you, say, let you execute them. You're not able. All
All
things
right.
just on handicap.
All right, Fanta. Before we come to you out of Ferguson, let me go to Weird again. And let me talk to Sengepie. Sengepie, what do you get for say with regards the discussion so far?
Okay, una all outdoor hope so they do fine. You know, election as alone, a better like for example, I'm glad that I see Mr. Maksud, and in as much as every line or there, but I know saying speed today with we. And it will be not very much important as well in every day, so that then it go help for ad, because when you talk about election observation inside salon, for example, where you talk about the watchers then, you're not going for left the name new. You're not going for left down there at all. In as much as we get Maksud, like we Sabian from the time where it inside them business they are, with the watch, with the do interview and all of them things and they, but you know, election as alone new in name not the lost there at all. Elect whether the government wants for it happen or whether they no want for it happen or the name don't fix inside it, and I'm pretty sure Maksud they all, you know, they all don't contribute so much for the election business in this country for they able for team up. I suppose for team up. But I'm happy that when they come up with this kind of discussion at this particular time, because we get plenty work for do. We get work for do. You know, I listen to when they talk about education, and when they try to talk about, say, if you hide something, purpose and put it inside a book. Yes, not true. Half education is dangerous. It go amuse you for no say, you know, even the one themselves, where they in our offices them, like the ECSL, other side them, then and they need a lot of education. A lot of education for let them able to know their role as ECSL, you know, people them. Because you see, you know, a whole commissioner, we see how it happen before the 2023 election. A whole commissioner, they come out publicly, they listen to Maksud just now. You know, a whole commissioner, they come out publicly. They tell we the people of Salon say, in no say, for example, international community wants, you know, change of regime. But then we show say, now the people the way they conduct election. That in education you call her. You think say that kind of person they know the role of, you know, a commissioner inside the electoral commission? For me, no. What he know na a role as party member. Now that's missing. Then we see recently again, this same person, now they talk about Edmond Alpha, for example. This recently, IRN interview, the same person was supposed for no a role. They tell we say, he know the system. He know all waiting that happen. He don't see all team. He not go feel intimidated. Then go do all waiting. Can you imagine? I don't know, but maybe if me sit down now, I go out for send this back to Maksud. May he just educate me sometimes. Now the way how they look at something, I make I'm not seem for the understand waiting Edmond Alpha they try for talk about. I'm not seem for understand because it they tell we plain. Waiting for example, me understand the tripartite way they set up. Now for make sure say they do reforms. Things them will happen 2023, 2012, 2018, 2012, 2007. For let it not happen 2028. But if we get a commissioner where they tell we say the election we get for CAM 2028 not get for be different from 2023 and any other election, are they worry? If this not the person where they talk about, where not part of the one the way they watch, where they observe, or where they conduct election, if he really know a role as a commissioner or he know a role as party person. I'm not saying a party person, no. But because of the appointment where he gets, maybe he want for satisfy the person where appoint him or the one where they pay him. So maybe if you forgive me, ask Maxule educate me, understand. Because I get plenty people like me say we no kind of understand. They are Maksud. What do you think about that kind of statement and they for post like that one day? La understand, but because I'm not seeing for the understand something.
Before we come to Maksud, let we because Reverend don't come. Okay. This is a very important, very important point you come up with. So, but I would like for give Reverend I go like for Reverend 10 minutes because time don't nearly done. I go like for Reverend 10 minutes like I'm up strong, and talk to we. And then we'll get for end again with your question to Maxud, because one of the things we don't find out in the system now that politicians always they like for use ignorant people. People who are ignorant of the laws, the rules and regulations, put them in places of authority so that they will use them. We get many, many examples of that. But let me not go
maybe
down that
one key one before Reverend Kainsai, I put her again standby for Maxud. I need education.
No, Maxud is going to answer the questions.
No, yeah, I just want to put small one day on top and for a keep arm after we Reverend don't talk. The other thing when we see 2023 election, we see all of the ECSL commissioners then do the same sign as the president. This 5, finger and gesticulation. Yeah, we just match up to waiting the president do, waiting the minister of deputy minister of justice by then, waiting be do. Yeah. In election time, we the time when we in the IRN, where we as journalists, then they tell you key things them. Number one, you need it is a politician, na public. Number two, when you go na polling station, who say politician and get their lunch or other things, they made them give you their stipend. Not eat them, not take them, not this and that. And you get certain things that you need to do with them. But if we see the ECSL commissioners, then they do them kind of things, then they where politicians then they do, they all snap, not by coincidence, or then do a planned one. What does this mean for election inside the country and election in the future? I will left for after we have done.
All right, Maxwell, please take note of these 2 questions because now they will go get for round up.
Okay.
Reverend James Lahai is on. Reverend, thank you very much for making the time for day with we. The floor is your side. You get the floor for the next 10 minutes, sir, before we round up.
Good morning, listeners, and thank you for the organizers of this talk show. It's unfortunate I no access internet from the airport to the house, and so I not able to get the trail of the discussions we been dey go on. Of course, I'll be able to listen Arthur in presentation up to some point. And so maybe now from that point I go able come in with my own contribution to the discussion. In the first place, it will find for let we establish the difference between who that's na observer and who that's na monitor. When you dey talk about observer, in role now for just observe the processes, come out with in findings and profile recommendations. It's not supposed to interfere into the process at all. That will be deemed as obstruction. Whereas as for the monitors get the authority for stop the process, correct a situation where they do or not correct, and put them straight. And most times the monitors can be appointed by the Electoral Commission and other election management bodies. And so we for National Election Watch, we are observers. Because after been the ask, say, well, it will happen just like 2023, where the observer, they observe full stop, they're not able to do nothing again. Now the role that we get. But that role we will get as observers, even though we will not interfere into the process, but with opinion where would they form on the basis of the evidence we will gather. It can be strong enough for evaluate whether the election credible or not credible, and what go wrong about the election. So now on the basis of them thing then where the electoral reforms now they bring into their recommendations for CC, they make reforms for the subsequent elections. No go be as bad as, or maybe then thing they will observe not happy, but that's in a day. So you go see say for the 2023 elections process, we observe and we use two prone engagements. We get a sample of polling stations when have been 750, we statistically selected so that anything we would get from there 750 is representative of waiting the happen now all the other polling stations, because it is scientific, it is statistical. And then we able also deploy other observers for get more coverage. Whether the main purpose actually now that when they in a polling station, it dey help for deter fraud or malpractice, the very presence of the observer in that polling station. But for all we analysis, what would they do? And even for we problem solving mechanism, now that 750 polling station now would they deal with. And would they use technology? Would they give the observers the devices we make them they collect data now the polling station and transmit that data to we now in the inform we about what they happen at the field. Would they use that information and communicate with the election management bodies and other stakeholders for intervene into whatever is happening that is wrong, so that they go able to correct them for let adversely affect the outcome of the election. So now that's the relationship between the observer and the monitors. We the aim will collect the information, we direct them to the one that will get the authority for intervene, they intervene and for let them correct them. Moving forward, I mean, the only people we still they talk say the election will go on fine. Now the Electoral Commission itself will conduct the election and the one that will win the election. The other observer that will be they say the election fine, we don't begin see them. Some don't contest positions in political parties, they don't win. Some don't come out plain na social media for say them be observed for help the party, but the party don't dump them. So, but apart from that one, all other observers, where in the true sense na observers, then talk say the elections process from the opening and start of polling take to closing and counting at the polling station, not been get that kind problem wey for affect the electoral process. Outside the problem been get for camp na at the tally centers. Whilst dem dey do the tally, dem do am in a manner wey not observable. Wetin I mean by that? The observers dem dey at the tally center, but dem no dey see the figures wey dem dey enter into the database for kind of tally the results. The essence of the tally and observation are the fact that when then they calculate the figures, when they say polling station A, when they call them figure them, myself gets my own result from that same polling station was signed by the presiding officer. So when I see that the input, I the match with the one we myself get. So that day we make a verify. And that was absent. And we will draw the commission attention to that. They say this process is not transparent, but the commission still allow for let the staff continue in that manner. But well, the actual problem come now because when we don't take all with data from 750 polling stations, we now sample polling stations, we outcome, we now projection, and we projection a 95% confidence level and a margin of error of 0.2. When we say whatever figure we get, plus or minus, enough for go above 2% or enough for go below 2%. If that dey happen, then it means there is some discrepancy. And so in this case, wetin we projection come with, and the result wey the commission announced, there was a day above wetin na we margin of error. And so that tells you say something wrong with that figure. Because by we own figure projection, no one person not be get the threshold of 55% for let it will be declared a winner. But the commission produced a result where one person get up to 56%. We go outside with margin of error. Well, then we don't cry we down, we don't get mandate, we don't get authority, we don't get this. But this na process what we do in 2007, we do it in 2012, we do it in 2018. So why they get problem with are now in 2023? So, but you go realize that then self no see that we projection is correct. Otherwise, all the things that we don't happen post-election, you see, say the government don't go back and able accept a whole lot of things for able put things straight. When I bring in the tripartite committee, we look at the processes since 2007 and profile 80 plus recommendations. For that national agreement between the APC and government, there also began resolution which say they're for free. All who that way in a prison we get relation to the election, either they be demonstrate, either they make this or that. So all that here, so government not going to do that if they really confident say nothing will be wrong with that process. So the very fact that all them here they happen don't show say something be wrong with that process. So now moving forward and preparing for 2028, the Electoral Commission don't start on the wrong footing. Because for their recommendations, the tripartite recommendations, is very strong on inclusivity for the processes of the Electoral Commission. But from that time, when we do that projection, the Electoral Commission don't refuse to attend all the activities so they invite them back, and they don't stop the staff for let themselves not attend with activities. And all the activities with the Electoral Commission they undertake, they know they invite really, and they still say they're inclusive. We don't deny say other observer groups they're not in the country. But no observer group not in the country will not establish itself and be consistent in the work that they do, reach how they do. So for sideline and remove we totally from the activities of the Electoral Commission, now an indication that the commission is not prepared for serve the people according to the oath who they take. And this now the big concern for now. Whether the Electoral Commission they consult with when they take their decisions. But even this thing where they do so, then they fail for realize it disadvantage them. Because you go there and you oath, you feel say you don't clean them, but an extra person when you can when we see come where we are, come where we are, it tell you then you able clean up. But because they don't shut you out, you see, say they already don't believe they make blunders. For example, now district block proportional representation now we do. Where we say at the council level, the council chair and a deputy, then they elect them just like the president and a vice, the running mate. When we say if vacancy come, you don't need election again because that person itself now on the same ticket they elect them. Kenema district they lost a chairman by death, and then the electoral commission announced they for go do election for replacer. Even when the then Attorney General and Minister of Justice advise, they still will continue with that until the matter go to court, and court adjudicate for say no. So you see, now the blunder then that way you take where you look inward, you don't allow an external intervention into your processes. And what thing where I want let family them know, election na a critical instrument. It able bring peace and cohesion by how they conduct them, and it able make clear a country go to every war. Same way back by how they conduct them. So I advise the Electoral Commission, let them rethink their current stance because it undermine whatever intention they get for 2028. And now they have promised that they will conduct the elections according to the rules of the game. And if you are going to conduct the election as the rules they outline, then you know we'll start for begin exclude key players from the electoral process. So I think Nayanda we will able for stop for now. The unfortunate I now get the trail of the discussion until I don't come inside. Maybe I for not able to far more light on the basis of how the discussion be done they go. So thank you very much, and I appreciate the organizers for giving this opportunity to me.
Wow, thank you so much, Reverend. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. And what you say, in as much as you not been there, in as much as you not been there, at the start of this whole thing, what you say just fall in place with the entire discussion we've been to go on initially. And but what thing you say, there is something I pick out of it which has to do with central institutions' unwillingness. They are not willing to make sure that they're not willing to encourage others to be involved in the entire process. Music, the entire process. So that in itself don't create it creates distrust. That in itself they make people are not able for trust in the entire process, like I said, and distrust. But it opened ground for corruption. It opened the ground for all kind of bad things for happen within the system. Yeah. So for me, I just think to say the information again what you pass also has to do with education and willingness with the legal system for ensure say instruments them way they responsible for anything work. We also see the issue of politicians. Politicians are just central to all of these things. Politicians and then supporters within different institutions are not willing to ensure that the civil participation to all of these things become a success. Whatever this is the reason, me think to say these are the things that we need for continue for talk about and make people be aware that no matter what, there has to be civil participation in all of this process. And then we, the ordinary citizens, again, get for be educated for understand the roles and responsibilities for different people within inside the election process. But time don't be too done. I wish we may get more time for make you rub much more up on this issue. So we be don't say the last word. We go get to Maxud. We get a lot of questions them. Okay, not a questions as much. I don't read them. I don't want to take personal things. But somebody talk about police violence, military violence in elections, and all of that. Those are topics that where we go. God, we will deal with them topic then they by themselves. So I want to go back to Maxud, a quick one. Maxud, Sambepi, let me ask you two key questions. Can you answer those questions for us in what's the time? Can you answer those questions for us in like 4 minutes? 3 to 4 minutes, please. Let me able for round up. Maxud Jibril.
Okay. I want to tell you that thank you. The first question he asked for answer. For talk about waiting other people they don't say or what they don't do when I electoral commissioner, because myself not be electoral commissioner at one point. I will tell you what maybe they do as electoral commissioner. I they do my best for make I not do or say something who will link me to a particular government or to a particular party. I feel say that the moral thing that one day for do. Because we can say elections is not even about the reality. It's about perception. You know, they give the people them the perception. Say you dey under or you know they under. If they want to think that way, that's fine. But you not give any party, any electorate, anybody not get a reason for talk say, okay, this policy say so or don't do so. And therefore I think say that this is what you do. Now that way they comport myself, and that way we train under Dr. Top, they supposed for comport myself. That's now one. The second thing about electoral commissioners, they are the same thing, but they align themselves with one side and the politics, not to so we then teach we what we join neck. They not teach we so. Then teach we for even I did a neck for 15 years, starting off from an ad hoc staff, voter education, till I end up for be an electoral commissioner. Throughout that period there, I wonder if anybody see me with red shirt or green shirt. Me actually they ever go this for where I'm go na me office inside the work, because they be don't train we. Say don't have people to think that you belong there or you don't. If they want for assume, let them assume, but not give anybody reason for make it think say you don't yonder or don't yonder. Finally, what I want for say now, waiting something friends talk about relationship between the monitors, the observers, and NEC. I work with Dr. Thorpe as a junior. I remember when we had a PPLC meeting where all organizations then go. All man don't sit down, they wait. Now I go meet her, say, Madam, I say, Chair, the meeting don't want start now. He say, the meeting want for start. He say, we new the day. I say, they not carry it, man. He say, no, we dey wait for them. He say, when they come, can't call me. It was new under Ngolo Carter. He said, Carter not come. He said, she took her phone and he called. It shows how Dr. Thorpe be respect. Not that then they pull because new way see them, so they really afraid nobody. Not to say they've been pulled with Dr. Thorpe, but she had respect for them. And I remember they talk under in throat, they say, tomorrow, now then go be with witness. Wallahi, I read Dr. Top, they talk that what they say, will we wait, let them come, they will start the meeting. Say, tomorrow, now then go be with witness. So I want for level with that what they respect the monitors them and not appear for link one side by the per elections.
Respect for the system. Respect for the system. Thank you so much, Mr. Jibril Maxud. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your contribution towards opening with minds and opening with eyes on these issues we surrounding election, respecting the system, respecting the organs that are already in place. We agreed upon these organs, monitors, and whatever it is, we agreed upon these people to be in our system. We must respect them and they must play their role, and we must permit them to play their role with all sincerity and in the fear of God. Thank you so much. Arthur Alston, quickly, 1 minute.
In a nutshell, what me just dey say is, as Sierra Leoneans, you be monitor, you be observer, you be politician, civil society, religious community, we all get a responsibility for inform and educate with people then waiting day inside every electoral cycle and how the electoral system supposed for work. Because this person they ask what's not the relationship between election and the economy. Me as a member of Speak Up movement, now because the current electoral commission for Sierra Leone thief the people the election, make we get bad politicians that in power. So today we don't see the kush business just they extend the now then they bring what we call the one shape free tongue middle without justification. Why all of that they happen? Now because of bad politicians and the laid back attitude of the Sierra Leonean. You know, to me business and not mixed politics, but the discussion now we all get them. If you put bad politician there, then they go broke you host na that place where they say then they do fish harbor. They go broke. You will be sit down laid back say not to me business. You too like politics. The same thing when they print that new money, we say, "Bo, this new money when they print so it don't make sense. They don't like politics. It is not politics. Now national conversation. Make we engage." And then one last thing. This thing they call electoral education. Now they want to bring in new system.
You're bringing last one.
The system where we get so now, this first past the post, people are not sabi and bet yourself. When I then we will say they don't used to. Now I want to bring referendum, I want to bring another thing for PR or that. Who's telling you to educate the people then for make them understand? Make the government give you small time like next electoral cycle. Then we start educating those people little by little. So now me last word that one day. I tell you now, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Reverend, 1 minute. You give me just give me your last word in 1 minute quickly.
Well, me as last minute, I just want to say Sierra Leoneans, we therefore be honest and sincere in the services we will render for the country. Now, only by that means, we the country will able to take shape. When we honest and sincere in responsibilities we assign to we, and they able to bring discipline, and they able to bring progress and stability. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Senga Pierre. Fanta, 1 minute, please.
Me go emphasize on the side where let we not shy away for land book. Let we learn. Land book can mean say I don't mean say let go sit down a classroom. But if you see something right, read them. I like na 5 line, I like na 10 line, I like na this. More time no this overall yeah, we know all sin. We all they learn. And the only person we go remain fool and stupid. They say only fools and gods don't change. If you know to God, you're not fool, man. And forget knowledge. Yeah? Education very important.
Yes. So for me, for Pratt, I just want to make people understand, say, with all of this discussion, we don't go up, key things can come up. One, that the fact that we talk about understanding the laws, knowing the laws. We talk about knowing the responsibilities of people and then functions within the election system. We talk about the importance of the complete education of the election systems. We talk about the willingness of the system itself for accept bodies them way by law they are parts of the system. They for run the system. We talk about our own personal sincerity. People and get for be sincere to themselves, and we also talk about the fact that people are within, especially on the NEC and then other elections related bodies, for move away from political alignment. That is very, very important, because I glad the way Reverend notes that some people and way been they argue say, especially the 2023 elections was a good one. Today we see some man don't take political appointment. We see people that don't take different appointments. Well, one of the things what they say now that we'll not say people and not forget them political alignments. But make I tell you something. One of the things we like about the West, there are people and no matter how they are aligned, then conscience and then defense of truth always take preeminence in life. They can never sell themselves to political parties, even if they're a political party, they're in power. So with this, I want to make we embrace yourself, Sierra Leoneans, with the next Fambul Pala go come to at any time. So on behalf of the entire guardian of free speech, on behalf of strong voices, and on behalf of every Sierra Leonean we get interest, I want to tell you, thank you what we are today. I don't take the thank you come out now with sister in hand. But anyhow we be, let God bless you. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Onatata.
A Final Plea to God. The Wraths of Governor Claxon's Prayers by Alpha Amadou Diallo, author Monopoly of Happiness, Unveiling Sierra Leone's Social Imbalance. Voiceover by Weard. In the name of politics, power, and personal gain, the very soul of Sierra Leone has been ravaged. We have witnessed generations